Tanya, we're live.
Hello.
Hello. We've been working together for how long now?
In various forms. Must be 18 months,
So about
I'd say.
18 months.
Coming up to 18 months, yeah.
I remember our sales call. I can remember it well. I remember you put me on the spot about have you invested in anything yourself recently? And I was like, yes, I have. I can't remember what it was. I think it was I just joined a mastermind.
Yeah, you had.
Yeah. And
You
you
were
were
like,
like,
you looked at me like, yeah, of course I do. Like, it was like, yeah, do that every other week. It's like, okay.
yeah, I've stopped now, but it was getting out of hand. But yeah, I remember that, and I love that you asked that question, because I think if I'd have said no, you may have gone away and
Yeah, I
not
would.
bought. You would.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's a bit like, it's quite a common rhetoric, isn't it? Like, you have to invest yourself if you want other people to invest in you. But I fully believe that.
Same.
So hence why we're having this conversation, because I invest in myself, but I do also think that has to keep going, doesn't it? So I wanted to know that you were continuously evolving, and therefore that for me being in your space, that meant that I could learn from that as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked it. So
You
it
got
was
to play.
yes.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad I did. So you got to play it on with the pyramid scheme, right? The knowledge and dollars pyramid.
Yeah. We're all just in a massive, what is it? MLM pyramid scheme. Network marketing. Just drop the network.
Basically, yeah. That's what my friends think I do. Either that, or they think I work for Facebook. So, or the internet. You work for the internet. So you have seen some amazing results, which I'm definitely going to grill you on. But I want to go back. I want to say first and foremost, like, how impressed I've been with. I mean, you've renewed with us 3 times, I think, which is amazing. And I remember you joined us right off the back of leaving your job, and you've seen some, as I say, massive results. So ignoring the business side of things, I'm keen to jump into, first and foremost, what was life like internally before C2C? Because I know you were a coach, but I don't even know if you had an offer. Where were you at, and what did it what was going on in here and in here?
I think I would describe myself as a scrappy startup, I think, is where I was. I've been coaching for about coming up 7 years this year, and I was working full time. I was coaching alongside my job, and it was going okay. So I had some clients, but it was all very scrappy because it was the side hustle. It was the side hustle. It was something I was doing on the edge, and I was sort of building it up. And I think I probably could have stayed there for a while. But things weren't going the way that I wanted them to with my work. And I also had that kind of, I think a lot of people have this, that feeling of like, but I'm meant for more. I think I might have said that to you on a sales call, which sounds, I don't think I said it in that way, but do you know what I mean? Like that feeling of like, I just think that there's more to it, that I can do more, that I could go bigger. So I quit my job, which is not necessarily what I recommend everybody does. But it was the right move for me. And at that moment I was kind of confronted with this, like, now or never. I need to make this a full-time thing now. This can't just be a client here and a client there. Like, I need to take this seriously, really. And that's where that moment of, I wasn't afraid of him. I'd invested in myself previously, some good, some bad, but I knew that's what I needed to reach that next level. And I had these big goals, but it was like, I can either sit on this myself, getting stressed, going around in circles, also feeling a bit lonely, or I can actually go to someone that I trust is going to help me get there. And that was why I ended up talking to you.
And was that just after you quit your job, or was it in the end stages?
I think it was end stages. I
Yeah,
think,
I think it was, or you just done it.
yeah, it was one. It came at about the same time. I think. I already knew this is what I'm doing, and I'm putting all my eggs in this basket now. I'm going to make this happen, and I'm taking the leap. And I think either I'd already handed in my notice or I was about to, and that was the stage at which we ended up speaking.
Okay. And what would people around you say? Like, what would they observe about you before you kind of decided to join? You said the word scrappy startup. So were you kind of like here, there, and everywhere? I know you got, you're married, you got 2 children. What was life like at the end of that job? Start of the transition to coaching.
Yeah, a little bit chaotic, I think. I think the biggest thing is I just lacked the time to look holistically at it and put a proper plan in place.
Yeah.
Given that I was about to lose my income. So it was like, I can't sit on this. And so, yeah, like life was, I think I was quite like scared actually, like, oh shit, what am I doing? Because it was me backing myself for the first time, really. Like, if I'm honest, it was the first time I was really backing myself. Yeah, okay, that like I had the business was set up, I was coaching some clients, but I wasn't actually backing myself. And this was the first time that I quit that job. And then it was like, right, I have kids to feed, I have a mortgage to pay. So this is like do or die, literally. Like, it's got to happen now, which I think I needed. And I think that was part of the reason why I sort of felt some kind of synergies with you, because I know that was the approach that similar to the approach that you took when you when you had that. Yeah, and I think that I resonated with that. I'm not saying for a second that that's like what necessarily is the right move for everyone, but it was for me. And I'd done the numbers. I had a small runway, and I thought, well, I've bought myself some time, not very much time, but I've bought myself some time. So now I need to go and get some support to supercharge that, rather than it being might have happened. Like, that was kind of the mindset I was in.
All in. Yeah. Okay. And obviously working with us isn't cheap, especially when you just quit your job. So you've stumbled across this stranger on the internet and paid him a load of money. And I remember that you paid him like outright in full on the call. What were you concerned about internally, like making that multiple 4-figure investment?
I had already seen enough to know that, like, and you're an absolute master at this, like, you really are, because I think you're so good at showing your value and you can back it up. Like, you have the receipts. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a large investment. But I had no fear whatsoever that what was on the other side of that investment was going to be something that I would regret. I knew straight off the bat, from everything I'd seen from you, from the conversation that we had, that this was going to be worth it, and that it was a way of me saying, well, I want it, like, this is what I want to charge as a leadership coach. So I need to make that investment and then back myself that I can charge it, on the other side. And that's exactly what happened.
So true. People forget that, right? They think, oh, I'll just charge $5,000, but they've never put $5,000 into themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how you can expect that to work.
Sorry,
because there are levels to that money mindset that you have to unlock.
Yeah.
And I've put loads into programs, but still there'll be more expensive programs or masterminds out there that I'd be scared to invest in. But if I want to start charging more, I've probably got to do it. So no, I like that. I'm glad we definitely align on that, and I've always remembered that about the sales call. So there weren't many concerns, which is great. And I also want to say, like, when we do these sort of client interviews and like case study videos and stuff like that, you said there was no fear. And when we do these videos, I think we're always looking to try and take a bit of credit ourselves. Like, oh, they followed our path, or they used, we showed them how to do this or whatever. But, you know, for the purpose of this one, what you've done on your own without a team surrounding you, while I know you still do the school run, while you've got clients, isn't just testimony to us at all. And that's the big difference. I think we've had clients, a couple of clients in the past who've come in and like really needed or wanted or thought they'd get their arse wiped for them, which we don't do. We'll hold hands, we'll celebrate, and we'll help people out. But there's a big balance, and I think you've got to take a lot of fucking credit for what's gone in. Because I remember it was a bit of a slow start, and then now it just seems to have exploded.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But do you know why? Because there was a moment where I just immersed myself in it, and it became there was no chance that it wasn't going to work. And that's down to the confidence, the initial confidence that I built from being in your space, for being part of what you're doing, and seeing you lead by example and go, well, it is possible to do this. Being around others.
If he can fucking do it.
I didn't use those words.
You were about to.
I was about to.
But yeah, big congrats to you for that, because, you know, it takes a certain. I like how you've used the disclaimer twice, right? About not everyone should quit their job, and I completely agree. And you've got to be pretty thick-skinned. You've got to be ready for some like down months, and you know the peaks are great, but there's a lot of troughs too. And then finally things do start to balance out as your resilience and confidence and wisdom kind of grow all at the same time. But yeah, I just wanted to say well done, because it's super impressive. You're like one of the highest performing members in the group right now as well, which is great. Always in the community.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. I've really enjoyed the journey. So you mentioned you'd done some programs or courses and stuff before. Obviously, I like to think our approach is pretty different to most, and the model is different to most as well, because I've done loads of programs too. What was it that made you go with us versus one like any of the other 7 million competitors who claim to do the same stuff that we do?
That's such a good question. I don't know if you can remember this, but I probably shouldn't say this on a live, but I'm going to say it anyway. That you were actually my second choice.
Oh right. Okay, I didn't know this.
I was quite far down the route, exploring someone else's offer, and I was like, I need to do some due diligence. But again, I think this is testament to you, because how you showcase the work that you do made it a no-brainer for me, having like never come across you before. I think in the space of 30 minutes, I didn't know who you were. I found you somewhere, like binged a bunch of your stuff and was like, this guy really knows what he's talking about. This is definitely worth a call before I sign up with this other person. Oof. I was like, yeah. I can't believe you didn't remember that. So I was like, okay. He really knows what he's talking about. I'm just going to go and see if he actually does, and whether that's going to benefit me, and whether that's like, I want to work in that way. Was this close to signing with someone else? I thought, I want to get on the call with you. Got on the call with you. And I was literally blown away by the offer, which just has absolutely everything that someone in my position could have needed. But more than that, there was like it was like you were in my head and the offer, and I could just tell that what you do has been crafted around working with hundreds of people like me, and it was so obvious. And then I just thought, this is like, if I could write down on a piece of paper everything that I need, this ticks all of the boxes. And I was massively impressed with you, and just your warmth, and how you genuinely, it's obvious that you actually care about the people you bring in, that you like to bring in the right people, not just any people. It was obvious that you care about people's results, and just the conversation that we had was not like any sales call that I've ever had before. And I know that that's the case for everyone in your team is like that. Well, I do now. I didn't at the time, but now I know that you're like, everyone in your team is like that. And I just had this moment. I don't know if you remember, but I had to leave the room to like jump up. I had to like.
Oh, I think I do remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Intuition. Because I was like, oh, hang on. I was like, I just need to go and leave the room, and I left the room, and like.
I'm going to pull the sales call recording. I'm going to see if I've still got it.
Just to like, what do I actually think? And it was just an obvious like gut feeling that like, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Everything that he's put in front of me makes 100% sense to me. It's exactly what I need. And yeah, so I said yes to you there and then, and it was the best decision. It was the best decision. And sometimes I think about what might have happened if I'd have gone down the other route, and I don't think I would be as far ahead as I am now if I had gone elsewhere.
Interesting. We'll discuss who that is in a minute.
No, we won't.
Offline. Okay. Well, I'm glad you made that decision. Did your little dance or jumping routine as well? If you'd done it like in the room next to you, we might have got a flashback in the TV, and we'd just see you like it was a different room, I think.
Like Gromit. Yeah.
So, okay, 18 months in, and I know actually we'll bring this up as well, because you've been very open with me about it. You've actively stayed in C2C, but gone and explored other offers, been in other communities, and
yeah,
I think you were trying to get away for a bit, and then you said, well, I'll let you say what you said, but for some reason you've always remained inside C2C.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, tell us a bit about that. You don't have to drop anyone in it if you've been in any really bad sort of programs or anything, but what's the whole thing there? Because you've told me a couple of times that, I've been shopping around and looking at different stuff.
Yeah, I tried to get away. And it's twofold, right? It's that I genuinely do believe that you're only as good. What's that cliche? I'm not going to say it. But you're only as good as the people you're around. Yeah. I genuinely believe that, and I know about myself that I thrive being in spaces where people are doing the thing that you're also doing, and you can see that it's possible. And that's I provide that for for my own clients as well. And I think that everybody needs that sort of space, right? So I think I must have been about a year in, maybe. I was like, okay, I've got a handle, I've squeezed the lemon. I really felt like I get so much out of you guys, and I'd really made the most of that. And I thought, well, what's my next move? Fully will be investing somewhere, or being part of something. Just wasn't sure what that next move was. And so, like I said, I was honest. I was like, I'm looking around, just so you know. I think we were talking about renewal, and I was like, well, look, I'm shopping around, so let me just go and do that. And I joined a couple of things, actually. I had some trials with things. I had some monthly memberships where I sort of joined for a bit to see how it was, and just kind of doing it was doing the research, really. It's like, what else, because I felt like I'd landed so well on my feet, better than I could have expected by coming into C2C. that I thought, well, is this fluke, or is there is everywhere like this? So off I go. I can
Grass is
confirm.
never greener.
I can confirm the grass is not greener. And I did, and there are some amazing communities out there. Don't get me wrong, but when I did my research, particularly on like UK based communities with a variety of freelancers in, I had a look at lots of different ones and actually found it quite hard to find anything that was on a similar level, but I tried. And just felt like what you've built, I couldn't find it. And I tried. I tried because I was in a headspace of like, I probably need some variety. I probably need some, like, I don't know, fresh blood, like new people, new things to bounce off of. So I genuinely really tried. But I just didn't find anywhere that was even close in comparison to what you've built in C2C. Not even close. And I just felt like, well, why do I need to move on then if it's the right space? So yeah, did I when I first signed up with you, did I imagine that I would still be going like 18 months on? No, I didn't. But actually you do such a great job of updating things regularly, bringing new extra value. Your team is amazing and they bring new extra value as well. That you can't really beat that, because although I've stayed, everything has evolved along with me. So I don't feel like, oh, I know this all already. Like I don't feel like that. I still get something from the community. So try to leave, but still here and happy about it.
Yeah. That's important. So let's talk about how businesses improve then. I think it's improved significantly since that call that we had in the first instance, obviously. So, and there's an 18-month timeline of probably a few real big things, but what's the highlight reel, would you say? Like, what are the big 3, 4, maybe 5 things that you can go, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, and I've done this?
I think, like, there's so many little milestones in there, but I think one of them was the first time I had like a high cash day, which I was very used to dragging myself through the month to get like a corporate client or something, or a one-off leadership client, and I'd had this high cash month and it was like, high cash day, and it was like, whoa, I can do this is actually possible. And that was the tipping point, I think, for me, that was like, okay, well, if we do that in a day, can I do that twice? Can I do that every week? And that's sort of like, that was the I guess the mindset shift, actually. So I'd say that was a really like key milestone for me in my business. Because if you can do it in a day and sign a couple of clients in a day, then you know how to do it again, right?
Yeah.
There was that. I think over the course of working with you, I pretty much 10 times my leadership coaching fee, which to not to a ridiculous level. So that kind of tells you two things. One, I was undercharging, obviously. But I had the confidence, because I was part of C2C, to go, why am I not charging my worth? And actually, going ahead. And it's very easy for people, and everyone says, oh, just like raise your prices, right? But there's so much more than underneath that. than just raise your prices. And there were just so many pieces I needed in place, and I didn't have them all until I joined C2C. So there was that, just like confidently charging 10 times eventually. not straight away, but
Graduate through the level, just like you invest, though. It takes the same confidence to ask for that amount of money as well. So you can 10x something straight away, but you just won't believe in it. I think for me, anyway, it seems like it's for you. I've incrementally just nudged my prices up ever so slightly. It's what I advise clients do as well, because you have to have the conviction to be able to do it properly.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And I think, yeah, that was over time, but slowly, bit by bit, that increased. My confidence in it increased. The support I got from you and the team, that I was doing the right thing, that there was value there, increased. But also my my visibility increased as well, and my reputation increased as a result of working hard inside C2C, and with your support. That then also helped me go, well, I I'm not a scrappy startup anymore. Not this little scrappy startup, and I think I shortcutted that time to get to that place because of the consistent work that I was able to do as a result of your support and C2C support, so that's a milestone, just that being able to start enough. All sorts of things. I started a group program, which I absolutely love, and don't think I ever would have had the confidence. It was always like a shelf, like parked on the shelf. But I was like just able to go, actually, this is possible for me now. I was at a place in my business where the one-to-one was like locked in, and that feeling of looking at your diary and going, I've like locked in that's it, like I'm done, I've got enough one-to-one clients here. I remember that
chat we had, actually.
Yeah, that was locked in, and it was like, right, okay, cool, like that's the safety, that's more than the safety net. Now what, and I had this like pipe dream of the group, and you didn't just give me blanket advice. You made sure it was right for me. We had a discussion. It was, there's lots of support within the community about where exactly you want to take your business or what's right for you. And for me at that point, it was that leap of, okay, I'm just going to give this a go. And it was supposed to be my initial side hustle turned into the main thing. And then I built a side hustle on the main thing.
And now which is the main thing?
Now the side hustle's now the main thing again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build another one soon. Can't be just all in on one thing. Yeah. No, that is now the main hustle, because it ticks all the boxes. I love it. It gets results. They love it. Like it's So I took the leap. Again, that was something that I think that I needed, that confidence, and being part of C2C was seeing other people and the way that they run their businesses. You can't put a price on that, because you just got that insight into all these brilliant people who do amazing things and run amazing businesses, but they're all unique to them. And so you don't ever feel like it's like a cookie cutter, like just do it this way, just do that. It's you get to hear your point of view, hear your team's point of view. You get to hear what other people are doing and how they're applying what they've learned. So that was a really big thing, like getting the group up and running, going full time in that, which is at the beginning of this year. I went all in, chucked all my eggs in that basket. I still have some leadership clients on retainer, but I don't take on anymore. So it's all about that group. That was a big thing. And then there's been some nice juicy milestones, some nice juicy financial milestones in there as well, which is
We'll come to those.
always nice.
We'll get to them.
Of course we will.
Congratulations. And let's not forget as well, you managed to hire people, not full time, but you managed to hire people to fucking help you, which again, you know, if you look at the elements of scaling a business, right? First, you've got to get out there and do it yourself. And if you're a coach, you probably want to do it one-to-one. Then you work out a way that kind of works for getting leads, a way that kind of works for helping clients out. And then you can, once you've systemized that, you're able to add scale. And that's what you've done as well.
Yeah.
Like in the delivery, particularly, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is exactly the same route I went down, and I don't know if I even advised you on that. I think that was just a natural thing your side to go. I'm gonna consider group, and I'm gonna bring in. Have you got a CSM?
Yeah. She's my community coach and mentor, and it was a natural progression, I think, to that point. So actually, that is a milestone as well. And it's a milestone because you need to have that security in place. Like the business needs to feel secure. And I reached that point where it wasn't a scary decision because the business felt secure. I felt like I built something that was working, and that next level then was to bring in more support for me, but also for my clients, so that they get even more out of the investment they're making with me. So that was like a really big thing to be able to go, oh, I don't have to do all of this by myself. I don't have to do all of it now anymore. Because I think that is always a dream, isn't it? It is always a dream, like to build the team. And like, I don't think I want to have loads of people working for me full time or anything like that. But it is so nice that I've built something. I've got someone amazing who's helping me out, helping my clients. But also it's like, it's not just me anymore in the business. So I've got someone else to bounce off of. And that's quite surreal, to have built your own thing from scratch, and it didn't exist before. And now you've got someone else working in it with you on your thing, using your methodology, crazy. Or, there was a bit of a moment when I was like, gosh, wow, I
still get that now. Like, I remember, I still get it with like leads coming, like even lead magnet downloads. We've got things set up where like you don't even have to be there, and you just get a little glimmer of interest from someone else on the other side of the country or the world without you doing anything. Yeah. And then I remember when I took a day off and Vicky took her first sales call for C2C, and she closed them. And I was at a kids' pottery club or something with Ivy, and I got a Stripe notification. I was like, huh? Went into it. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And that was just like, it's the most, and just before this, we started to hit record on here, I was on a call with someone else and just sold a course. Now, I'm not selling the passive income dream. I've sold about 10 of them in total. But again, just that, I don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
I've stumbled across my stuff, obviously liked it enough to just put a little bit of money behind it. And that level of scalability, you start getting these like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What if I just like 2x it or 5x it or 10x it?
Still, yeah, exactly. I think it's also the same for like inbound stuff as well, though. That's something that I, was very few and far between for me when I was still scrappy phase working the full-time job. But I can remember the first couple of times that it was like, oh, someone's just like out of the blue sent me a message, and they want to talk to me about my coaching, and like that was a really good one. And yeah, it's not without effort. It doesn't come out of nowhere. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Wait, it doesn't come out of nowhere. But that was a personal one as well, to be like, oh, this does actually work.
Yeah,
this is really cool. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite feelings, to be fair. Seeing clients win and just not having to put much effort in is to get leads, and not have to put loads of effort into clients and sit down with people and work with them one-to-one and scrutinize everything, because you've got, like I know you have, supporting materials and a roadmap that people can follow.
Yeah,
is just the best.
Yeah.
Like, so good. Tell me, like, how many clients have you got in that group program now? So we've gone from 0 all the way up.
Well, I was on a call with you the other day when I signed I literally someone signed whilst I was in a C2C group call. Just thing. Which is unusual. That is unusual. Normally, that, you know, at that higher price point, that doesn't normally happen, like, out of nowhere. And that was that person is joining, is coming into the group tomorrow, which means that we'll be on 21 people, which is, like, blows my mind.
Crazy, all those people in a room.
Yeah. And every time I get on the calls, I'm like, my goodness, I've got all these amazing people. Like, and they're all shit hot as well. Like, they're all amazing people. So that's very, very cool. Yeah. It's very cool.
What's been the most powerful part about C2C? Because for anyone that's listening, and as a reminder for you, obviously we've got a roadmap and materials, which are extensive as hell, and you'll never complete it. You have to go and find. Once you know what the problem is, we recommend or point you to different things that you need. Mm-hmm. Then you've got the community, which I know you've given a lot of credit to already. Mm-hmm. And then you've got group calls, which we have a lot amongst some kind of one-to-ones and other bits and bobs of support. And then we've got events. What do you think, like, the most... I think I know what you're going to say, but maybe I don't.
I don't know. Okay. I'm really tempted to like go coach mode on you and ask you what you think I'm going to say, but I'm not going to. What do I think is the most powerful thing?
What do you think's had the most impact on you?
You won't like this answer, but I genuinely think that it's not one particular thing. It's a sum of all of the parts that you've put into place, because there's never been a moment where I felt like I'm on my own or I don't have what I need. I think your style of leadership but the way that you teach and the way that you show up and your sense of humor and all of that, I think is very powerful, because what did you say the other day? You can't you can't follow someone if they're not going somewhere. But I actually think that's true of you. It's very easy to trust you and your processes because you use them. You are the best example of them. And you therefore lead everybody so naturally that it's so easy to put that trust into you and go, if I show up in this community and I use everything that's available to me and I watch what I need to watch and I take the actions that I need to take, I am going to get results. And so I think that like conviction that you build for your clients is the most powerful thing, because there's never been a moment in these 18 months that I've thought, can I not? Should I listen? Shouldn't I? It's like always a blanket. Yes, this is what I should be doing. This is what I should be listening to. This is what I should be learning. And this is what I should be, getting involved in. And so I know that didn't really answer your question, but that is, I think...
That's my answer when I'm on a sales call to someone. They'll be like, oh, I don't need a community, or I don't want to watch any course material, or I don't like face-to-face events. I just want this one thing. And it's like, whoa, one thing on its own kind of won't work.
No.
It's like the ingredients of a recipe. And you're the first person, I think, as far as I can remember, that's answered with all those things, because most people just go, it's the course or it's the community.
And do you know what? Maybe it's because I run my own course and my own group program. So like I genuinely like really believe in that statement.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
I honestly, I think it is everything together and the way that you lead people through it. Like it's everything together, but it's also because it's you and because you have lived it and you're like the best practice. There's never anyone in the group who's like putting as much effort in as you. And that, I think, is really big, because sometimes you can join something that was built by someone 4 years ago and they've not touched it since, and they don't do any of the work themselves. That's not what you want to learn. Like, I don't want to learn I don't want to be in a space where the person leading us like had some tactics up their sleeves from 4 years ago, but now they're like, no, they're actually secretly doing something else, or what they've taught you is, you know, what was working 4 years ago. You're the epitome of your own methods and frameworks. So it's like, I can get on board with whatever it is that you're sharing, because I know inherently, and I know it's not just me that feels this way. I know all of your clients feel this way, that you are practicing what you preach. Like you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. And I actually think that's very few and far between. I do. And I get a lot of calls occasionally with people who are like, just want one-to-one, or I just want, like you said, or just the calls or something. And I think it's because, I don't know, maybe, I don't know why, I could speculate. I don't know why it is, but I know that I don't think I would have had the same results if I had just been one-to-one elsewhere with someone else, which was what I was sort of eyeing up before, because it's not just your mentorship. It is also everything else you've built around it to support the implementation of your mentorship. So like, if that makes sense. So it's like you have to immerse yourself in all these different ways in order to get the results. So that's what makes it powerful.
Amazing. Thanks. What she said. You hit a significant financial milestone recently, and I would love for you to tell us.
Oh, sorry.
Once you recovered from your accident.
Sorry. Well, we are live. What do they say? Don't work with children or animals. Right, hang on. Hold on. Oh, you might have to just watch me in the darkness for a moment. Hang on.
Oh, was that a lie?
We're fine. I'm not going to touch any more lighting. So it's staying. Right. Repeat the question, please.
You hit a significant financial milestone recently. Yeah, tell us about it.
Which one do you want, Chris?
All of them.
I did, and it was really cool. Well, my most recent one was 20k, a 20k month. And I remember when I joined C2C, someone had shared a win, and I think it was about 17k. And I remember at that moment being like, holy shit, what? You did what? Like, this is brilliant. And I was like really excited to see that was possible. And this person that had shared that win didn't come out of nowhere. It wasn't, on day 3. But they had committed to the program, to showing up for themselves, to backing themselves, and they'd made it happen. And I was like newbie, fresh on the block, like, what? This is like, I've never been in a room where people are talking about these numbers. And numbers get a bad rep, right? Everybody gets, the whole 10k months. Everybody's really bored of it. Yes, we're all really bored of it. But you cannot deny that it is a massive motivator for most people. For most people, financial security is a motivator. So it makes me happy that, and that's why I'm saying it out loud, because I think it does motivate, and it serves as a motivation, because I had that experience of coming into C2C and going, wow, like I didn't know that was possible, but now I know it's possible. That means I can make it happen. And that's so important. So whether it's like number of clients or finances, I do think being able to measure success in your own terms is really important, because then you can go after it. If you're just like, I just want a successful business, that means different things to everyone. So it was really good to see that financial win and go, right, that to me is success. That seeing this amazing person share that to me feels successful. Therefore, I now know what I want to reach for. And so I did. And then, then things started to happen, and I had that like high cash day that I was like, oh, okay, we can keep going with this. And then I think there was an 11K month, and then there was a 17K month. And then the more recent one was just shy of 20, just shy of 20. I'm hoping that I'm still allowed to call it a 20K month, because it feels like one.
We'll let you, yeah. I mean, that's the headline for this this live, or when I chop it up, that's going to be the headline for sure. That's fucking massive. That is massive.
Yeah.
Because even though, you might have a CSM, you're still basically a one-person team. Still a mother.
Still doing
Twice.
that. Yeah. I do
Not easy.
I do the school run. I have just had a very quiet 3 weeks for Easter. I did a little bit of work because I wanted to, but I was able to show up for my kids. Yeah, it's like life-changing, really, to be able to build that round my own world rather than my work dictating my life. It's the other way around. So it almost felt even bigger for me, because I think previously I thought that was only possible if you didn't have any kids and you worked 70 hours a week or something. That was the mindset that I had several years ago, and actually it's not true at all. So it's been a whirlwind. Has been a bit of a whirlwind.
It's crazy. It's like, you should be giving yourself a massive pat on the back. We'll talk about the vision that you showed me written down on a piece of paper in a sec. But I want to go back to the comment you made about the 10K months. And, when we slap this interview like we do with all our others about, it will have a figure attached to it. Yeah. It will. Because I don't think there's anything on the surface, to agree with what you said, that is more of a motivator on the surface than money, because money allows you to do all the other things, right? And I talk a lot about, making money. We did 100 grand in a month once, right? And I actually made a video breaking down how much I was taking home from that 100K, and it was 5K, which was exactly the same as every other month, and always has been since I started the business. Like, it doesn't really mean shit. It's a vanity number to get attention. And that's why I don't get pissed off when I see people talking about money. I used to. And I think it's very taboo, certainly in England, start like talking about how much you earn and stuff like that. I now don't care, because I know even just talking about it is a means to an end. If I can get someone's interest, bring them into the program, show them how to structure their business, run it, and then change their lives through them making more money, it's going to have a massive impact on every other area of their business, and more importantly, them as a person and their family's life and stuff. So I will not shy away from marketing financial results, because one, it makes me money, and two, it helps other people make money and change their lives. Absolutely. So I think it's really, really important to touch on. I wrote a post about it not so long ago saying everyone's bored of it, but let's not forget what it actually fucking means.
Yeah, exactly. And as well, like, I could say, we've talked about all the different types of successes. It hasn't only been financial. But if I was to say, I built a business that, allows me to volunteer my time to mentor other coaches and allows me to pick my kids up, that might not align with you or someone else listening, because they might not be interested in volunteering their time. They may not have kids, right? But I think we can all agree that if your business makes you money, enough money, then you get to do the things that are important to you. And for me, that's volunteering my time elsewhere, and that's picking my kids up. For someone else, it might be holidays. It might be simply paying off a mortgage or something, paying your house off early. It's different for everyone, isn't it? So I do agree. Yes, we're all fed up of 10K months, but actually let's not detract from the fact that it's really great if you can get yourself to a position where your business is earning you enough money so you can do the things you want to do. That's the message, really, isn't it?
And that's the goal. That's why most people give up their job in the first place.
Yeah.
We tie it together with money, because money is it's like humor and music. Like, it's a universal language. Everyone speaks it. Everyone wants it. Like food.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone wants nice food. Everyone wants more money. Whether they say they do or don't, they probably wouldn't turn down doing more money, especially if they can do it in a way like we've done, which is whilst doing something we like and having impact. That's such a big thing for all the coaches I speak to, and the clients of ours who are coaches as well, want to have impact. And if, same as me, and if in order to have that impact, I have to talk about 100K months and be open that it's a complete deception just to get you to click on the fucking video. But if I have to openly talk about loads and loads of money and have a few people turn their nose up at it in order to help more people on the other side of the coin, I'll do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like this has turned into more of a podcast than an interview. We've been going on for a while.
Okay. I'll do this.
So
we turn my lights down. It's too bright over here, Chris.
It's good. Right. So two last things. Two last things. Let's pretend one of your best friends was on the fence about joining C2C, on the fence about working with me and the amazing team, and you had to persuade them in like under a minute. One of your best friends, what would you say to him? What would be your advice?
You don't get anywhere without taking risks. And as risks come, this is the least risky thing you could do for your business, because you are going to get results.
Under 15 seconds, never mind 60. Okay, cool. No, I think you've been very complimentary over the last 6 hours during this testimonial. The one thing I do want to touch on, because I've not fully done this yet, and this is something you inspired me on when we were on a call recently, and I know you've got it in front of you because you showed it me before we hit record. You've got a vision written down on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, plumber's just arrived and the boiler is there, so he may come in.
So I'll tell your plumber.
It's not the electrician. Sorry, stay again.
I'll tell your plumber and electrician what my vision is.
Yes, please do. But yeah, tell us about that vision, because I was like, it was during the chat that we were having about like, you can't follow someone if they're not going anywhere. Therefore, everyone who's in a position like us, everyone in the world, I believe, is a leader in some form. And you wrote something down that I thought was brilliant. And I can't fully remember what it was because I didn't see it when you flashed it up before. So tell us what it is. Show us what it is if you want. Up to you. But you wrote it in like a minute, inspired on a call.
You were talking on a group call about followership, and then I think you were mentioning vision and mission, and I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what it was that you said, but you said something that just like it clicked, and I literally grabbed my pen and was like, I've got it, and I wrote it down. And I think vision and mission is something that people grapple with.
Definitely.
And I wrote down that my vision was for 500,000 people to be impacted positively by high quality coaching, because it really matters to me. There are so many amazing coaches out there that just aren't signing the clients because when you leave coach school, you've only got 50% of the skill set. You're an incredible coach, but you do need to learn the sales, the marketing, the business side of things in order to get yourself out there. You also need to work on your coaching to make sure that when you get those clients, you feel like a really good coach. And I realised that actually, I've always said it, that coaching can and is changing the world, but we need high quality coaches out there signing clients in order for that to happen, because you can be the best coach in the world, but all we ever want to do as coaches is to have that impact and help other people. And if you've only got 50%, it's harder to get out there. And then I see coaches fall off the cliff, really, and just they give up, or they just park it as a pipe dream. And I always ask myself that those are the people that I feel massively motivated to reach, because if those brilliant coaches don't give up, can you imagine how many more people get high quality coaching and then become incredible human beings and better partners and better bosses and better friends, better members of society? So I had was like, that's what it is. It's 500,000 people impacted by high quality coaching. And that mission is, in order to do that, I have to help 1,000 coaches land and deeply serve 25 high ticket clients a year. And if I can help 1,000 people do that and sign 25 clients a year, by the end of my career, that's 500,000 people who've had incredible coaching. So that's that. It just came to me from something that you said, and I was like, oh,
I love it. It's powerful as hell. And the impact and the limit will not be capped at the 500,000 either, because you've got families, you've got partners, you've got children, you've got parents, you've got friends, you've got relatives from afar or whatever that will all be impacted by this person's life being changed. So that is much. You think about the first, second degree, third connections on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Might be 5 million, and it's going to be hard to keep track of. I don't know how you're going to do it. Some weird tally system.
Get the spreadsheets out.
But yeah, thank you for taking the time today. Obviously, it's been a really long one. We said it'd be half an hour. I reckon it's been an hour. But yeah, congratulations on just a fucking crazy journey so far. And when you hit this point, because I remember it, it's not just financially here. It's all you can do now is level up. Like you've got a baseline that you will accept and a new standard, and all you're going to do is bigger and better things, especially when you're armed with sounds cheesy, but I believe in them, even though I've not got one, a vision statement that actually every one of your actions is going to be tied to that moving forward. Like, does this decision positively or negatively align with that? And it's that driving force, like the North Star kind of thing. So yeah, thank you for your time, but congratulations on the effort and the rewards that you probably reap them for years.
Oh,
it would be weird if you didn't.
It would be a bit weird if I did, but thank you. And thank you to you and the team for everything that you do and continue to do for everyone, because you are changing lives out here. So I appreciate you.
Likewise. No, we fucking love it. It's not even work. Get up at 4 a.m. to just do it for a laugh. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm not even joking. I love it.
Not surprised at all.
Before we do shoot off, Tanya, where is best for people to follow you? Obviously, this is live on LinkedIn, so you will be tagged in it, I'm assuming. But where's best? Where do you want people to go? Yeah,
LinkedIn. Come and say hi. Come and connect. Say you watched. I'll say hi.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time, and catch you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
I don't know how to stop recording. Oh, there we go.